New Mexico and the country showed clearly we have no intentions of allowing our state and country to be governed by those who would destroy it. And on Tuesday, our vote secured us an insurance policy, a check on a megalomaniac and his regime. But as the smoke was clearing and as the results were being counted, we once again faced the reality that the war on the soul of our democracy goes on. We have a president who believes he is above the law and is unique in his ability to rule, not as a president, but as a dictator, with no boundaries from the legislative or judicial branch. Trust me, this is truly a war, and every like-minded citizen needs to view it that way. Not a war with blood spilling in the streets, but a war to eradicate the fear and ignorance and to protect our institutions. We're not facing a constitutional crisis in the future. We are in a constitutional crisis. Donald Trump and his regime have launched a relentless attack upon our law enforcement and intelligence agencies, the courts, the media, and our environment, the rules of law. He has railed on our election system, continues to rail on our election system, claiming massive voter fraud with no evidence. Trump has fired the head of the FBI because he would not bow down and pledge allegiance to him. He conjures up baseless conspiracies of dark states. He berates judges and our court system. He obstructs justice by using his pardoning power to show that he can reward those who stand by him. He and his supporters claim he is above the law, that he can pardon themselves for crimes or misdeeds. He calls reporters friends of mine, enemies of the state. He ridicules minority reporters on television. He ridicules other reporters who are just trying to do their job. He demeans women, minorities, anyone who opposes or criticizes him. He preaches hate, division, and taps into the basic fears of millions of Americans. He cozies up to dictators. He trashes our allies. He tears up treaties with no regard for the consequences. And sadly, we see in plain view that he rips apart families, snatching their children from mothers and fathers. He has an ongoing crusade against our environment. And now this week, while people here, many of you had worked so hard, were basking and enjoying our exercise in democracy, he initiated a calculated move to corrupt our Justice Department so that he can stop, impede, or strangle the investigation into the Russian attacks on our electoral system and what role he, his campaign, or his family played in it. Make no mistake, this is intentional. The shot wasn't a shot over the bow, it was a shot broadside. We rally here today in Taos and throughout the country, just as the Patriots were called to Lexington. They have and are coming for our Constitution, and we must stand our ground and fight this bully in every way we can. Our country, our liberties, and our laws are at stake. So what now? As we have been doing, we need to make our voices heard. One voice can make a difference. But as we have shown in Taos and throughout New Mexico, voices working together can roar like a lion. Tuesday, we commanded the high ground. We showed what could be done. We organized. We can march. We can call. We can contribute. We can educate. We can listen. We need to fight and we need to unite. But as we fight, we must carry a message of patriotism and an inclusion, and we must drive out hate and preach a sermon of love. Love for our country, love for our fellow man, and love for our democracy and its institutions. No one says it better than Dr. King. Our voices can build the dikes of courage to hold back the flood of fear. And we are faced with the urgency of now. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. I look here today, I know we stand united. Ain't nobody going to turn us around. We're going to keep on walking and we're going to keep on talking. Thank you.